Parents combined my wedding with my sister's anniversary and used my name to pay the $63K bill alone. I came home early and heard my mom laughing in the dining room. My sister said, "She'll pay, just like she did for my wedding." My dad backed her up like it was normal. I stood in the hallway with a wedding magazine in my hand, and my stomach dropped like I was 10 again, because 5 years earlier, I'd already paid the price of being the responsible one. When my sister got engaged, my parents called it an emergency and asked for temporary help. I handed over my whole savings, 15 grand that was meant for school. I dropped out and worked 2 jobs while she floated through her reception like a princess. So when my mom invited us to dinner and brought out the good china, I knew what was coming. She smiled too hard. "We have the most brilliant idea." My sister slid a color-coded folder across the table. "Separate cake, special dance," she said, already planning my money. Everyone stared at me, waiting for my usual yes. I didn't give it to them. "Let me think about it," I said. My mom's smile froze. My dad patted my shoulder. "That's why you'll handle the finances." My sister's eyes went shiny on command. "I thought you'd be excited." I nodded and swallowed it, but one sentence lit up in my head: never again. That night, I stayed over to grab a few things. Instead, I opened my mom's email and found a chain titled Vendor Payments, Naomi. Line after line of her promising people I'd cover deposits once contracts are finalized. Then I saw a wedding dress order on my card 3 days after my sister ruined my dress in a boutique with a fake little oops. The spreadsheet on the desktop finished the job. $63,000 total, and at the bottom in purple font, Naomi's responsibility. The next day they started squeezing. My sister hinted she helped me get my job. My dad dangled future help with a house. My mom dropped grandma's health into the conversation like a grenade. Then she posted online anyway. My wedding plus my sister's anniversary, one big celebration, details coming soon. So I played nice and set a trap. I canceled the fraudulent dress, changed every password, and told them I'll be the one to sign the venue contract. They loved that. They thought it meant I was folding. Meanwhile, my fiancé Robert and I saved every email, charge, and screenshot. At the venue walkthrough, the manager slid the contract toward us. Dad uncapped his pen. "I'll sign first, then Naomi can." I stepped forward and put my hand on the paper. Then I pulled out my folder. First, the unauthorized charges. Next, the email saying I'd pay. After that, the budget sheet with the $63,000 total. My mom went pale. My dad stared at my sister. My sister didn't even flinch. "She always pays," she said, like it was a law of nature. "No," I said, "not this time." I tapped the contract. "You sign it. You own it." I slid my card across the table. "I'll cover a $6,000 deposit. That's it. The other $57,000 is on whoever's name is on that page." My sister's face twisted. "You can't do this," we told everyone. My dad signed anyway because pride is expensive and he was buying it. While they filled that venue with 200 guests, I was at a small chapel by a lake with 20 people who actually loved us. I sent a couple staged running late selfies, the kind of fake cheer they expect. My sister texted orders about sister photos and the earrings she picked. I turned my phone off and said my vows in peace. The next morning they showed up at my door furious and broke. My mom cried. My dad threatened. My sister hissed that she was already telling the family what kind of person I was. I let them talk. Then I hit play on a recording from my hallway one-party consent. "Thank you very much." My sister's voice. "She'll pay for everything." My parents' laughter right after. I laid out the papers, my $6,000 agreement in writing, their signatures on the contract, and the fraud charges tied to my card. My dad's jaw locked. My mom sank onto the couch like her strings got cut. "This is revenge," my dad spat. "No," I said. "This is the consequence you kept dodging by using me." I opened the door. "You can leave now. My real family is coming over to celebrate." As they shuffled out, I said the last thing I ever needed to say to them. "Consider that $63,000 your investment in my freedom." I slept better that night than I had in years. So was I wrong for walking away and letting them pay for the mess they created? What would you have done? Drop your take in the comments.